Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about alcohol orders on Grubhub. So with all of the different types of orders that you could take on Grubhub, one of them is the alcohol order. And there are some nuances with this. Some are more obvious than others that you need to be made aware of before taking an order like this. So with that said, I want to go over everything you must know about alcohol orders on Grubhub, what they tell you versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain and is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult with qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything I'm going to be going over in this video is very market dependent, so what applies to me in my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. Will I receive orders containing alcohol? If you're in a location where Grubhub delivers alcohol and are 21 years of age or older, you may get orders containing alcoholic beverages. So not only the customer needs to be over 21, you need to be over 21 as well, which makes sense because they don't want to be on the hook for handing a alcoholic beverage to a minor under any circumstances, let alone a gig worker that they have no idea if they're really trustworthy or not. Delivering alcohol is a great opportunity for you to make more money, but it also means you need to pay close attention to delivering responsibly. It is crucial to keep yourself and diners safe, so please be aware and comply with the law when you deliver alcohol. Yeah, I will say this, alcohol orders are some of the best orders in my market, whether it's Doordash, UberEats, Grubhub, it doesn't matter. Instacart as well, shipped as well. But the problem is that you have to be aware of who you're delivering it to. One time I ended up delivering it to this house and a kid answered the door. I had to make sure that the adult was there in order for me to deliver the alcohol order. And they kept saying he was in the shower, and I'm like, well, then I'm gonna have to return it because I can't hand alcohol to a minor. It's just not okay. So do yourself a favor and make sure you are delivering it to the person that ordered it. And if it was a minor that ordered it, bring it the hell back. The last thing you need is to be on the receiving end of something like that. Delivering alcohol to minors or a visibly intoxicated person is a serious crime that may result in criminal penalties, civil lawsuits against you, and termination of your relationship with Grubhub. Law enforcement is actively enforcing laws prohibiting delivery to minors. They actually have sting operations for alcohol deliveries. I'm not even kidding when I say that. They actually have like mock deliveries, going to people, making sure that they're IDing people properly, making sure the customer is who they say they are, making sure that you're not delivering it to a child. It's so important that you do that. Please do yourself the favor and make sure if you do them, you're handing it to the person ordering it that is over 21 years old. Picking up orders with alcohol, restaurant pickup. For all alcohol related deliveries, you will see the text on your offer screen that reads, order contains alcohol. You must present a valid driver's license to pick up the order containing alcohol. Please confirm with the restaurant to make sure that the order contains alcohol. If it does not, tap there's a problem in the app. If a customer tries to get you to purchase alcohol by contacting you directly, such as by texting you, do not accept the customer's request. Okay, this also goes for tobacco because some customers do that to where, hey, can you also pick up cigarettes for me? Don't do that. This also goes for prescription medication. I actually had to return a prescription medication because the customer ghosted me until I was already on the way back. It is so important that you make sure that they are going through the proper channels in order to do that, because that's not just to protect themselves, that's to protect you too, because the last thing you need is to be on the receiving end of a deactivation for something so stupid. Like, you could just pick up the food and drop it off, or pick up the alcohol and drop it off, and that's it. However, I will say this, thank God Grubhub is an app that actually doesn't have customer ratings, because one time I actually did an alcohol delivery and the customer requested I pick up cigarettes for them on the way. I told them no, and they gave me a 1-star rating for that. Like, how disrespectful. Although they probably would still hit you with a 1-star rating, it just won't affect you. At least not in that way. Dropping off orders with alcohol. Verify the customer's age at drop-off. Orders containing alcohol can only be delivered to customers who are 21 plus and or not intoxicated. You must verify the customer's age using the Grubhub for Drivers app before handing over the alcohol. Listen to me. Do not skirt the system. Do not be forgetful and go, oh, I'll just scan my ID instead because I forgot to ask the customer and that'll save me time. Don't do that. Or if it's an old person who's like, oh, do I look like I'm under the age of 21? I don't give a rip what you look like. This is what the app needs me to do. I'm protecting myself. I need your ID or I'm sending it the hell back. It's easy. Here's how. Request to see a government-issued photo ID like a state-issued driver's license or ID, a passport document, or an ID issued by the Armed Forces of the United States. Confirm that the ID matches what the diner verbally confirmed and that the diner is 21 plus. You can't use a library card or a student ID card. It has to be a government-issued ID. The point is that you see the birth date and the expiration date of the card on the ID. Each document's going to have their own requirements. Check the expiration date on the ID and confirm that the customer you're delivering to matches the photo. Use the app to scan the customer's ID to complete the verification process. If the app won't scan the ID, you can manually enter the customer's birth date as listed on the valid ID. About the latter of that, there are customers that'll try to skirt the system and be like, why don't you just ask me about the ID? I'll tell you what it is. No, you give me the ID or you're sending it back. One time I had a 20-year-old try to be a 22-year-old and try to get an alcohol delivery to them because they can manually put it in. Oh, but it's just spaghetti with alcohol used in it. I don't care if it's a bottle of vodka or a pennyel of vodka. If they say that I gotta check your ID, then I gotta check your ID. I'm not risking my account safety because you want to try to skirt the system. Ask the customer to verbally confirm their birth date. I haven't had an issue with that. As long as I check the ID and made sure the person matches the photo, 9 times out of 10, I don't do that. I have been flirty on a delivery before in this regard. Be like, oh, there's no way you were born this year. And then they tell me the year they were born and that kind of confirms it. But that being said, you're going to be able to get away with that differently on different apps, you know? Make sure the ID is not invalid or fake. Check the expiration date. Do not accept an ID that is expired. No fake IDs, no expired IDs. I actually had a customer that ordered all the time Pinot Grigios for themselves every single day, which was frightening in its own right. But at the same time, they were literally days away from an expired ID. And I'm like, just so you know, once this ID expires, I'm going to have to continuously send it back. And he literally waited until the very last day to give me his new ID. I bothered him about it every single day. The fact that he was drinking that much booze, though, holy crap. Compare the diner at the door to the photo in the ID. Examine facial features. Are the height, eyes, shape, ear, and nose shape or placement similar? Ignore weight, hair, makeup, as these may change. Make sure the photo on the ID matches the person in front of you. It shouldn't be that freaking hard. If they grew a beard or they shaved their beard, I'm sure it's easy enough to tell. Feel the edges of the ID. A legitimate ID will have smooth, uniform edges. A fake ID may have rougher edges or perhaps may be coming apart. I feel like you could tell if an ID is fake or not. Look for glue lines or bumpy or uneven surfaces. A real ID surface should be consistent. You have the right to refuse to deliver the alcohol if you suspect that a customer is underage, even if they provide an ID that says they are 21 plus. You have the right to refuse to deliver the alcohol if you suspect that a customer is intoxicated. And make sure you are ready to use that right. There is no reason for you to risk your account for the sake of some kid trying to get one over on you, or a guy that just got thrown out of a bar to continuously order more alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Check for intoxication. Do not deliver alcohol if the diner is visibly intoxicated with any substance. For example, alcohol or cannabis, based on factors you can see, smell, or hear. Here are some signs to help you determine if a person is intoxicated. Clumsiness, staggering, unsteady gait, poor coordination, slow reflexes, diminished reaction times, bloodshot eyes, impaired tracking ability, slurred speech, incoherent speech patterns, odor of alcohol on breath, poor judgment, risky behavior, decreased reasoning ability, forgetfulness, exaggerated emotion, excitement, belligerent attitude, disheveled clothing, poor personal grooming, flushed complexion, sweating. Well, with that logic, wouldn't I just be drunk all the time and I don't drink at all? No, but seriously, I feel like you could tell if someone's intoxicated or not. It's pretty straightforward. Returning alcohol to the restaurant or store. If you encounter any of the following, the alcohol should not be left with the customer at the door. The customer's age cannot be verified or confirmed. The customer provides another person's ID or an invalid ID. The customer appears to be intoxicated. The customer cannot be reached. So one thing that customers have tried doing is that they will say, leave it at the door, and they'll tape their ID to the door, and they'll kind of use that as a way for you to just scan it and go. That seems really convenient, but it's risky too. So I personally wouldn't do that, but I would understand why someone else would do that. Just do yourself a favor and match the ID to the person every single time. In any of the above situations, leave all non-alcoholic order items with the customer and follow the in-app instructions. Don't worry, you will be paid for your time, and we will wait before sending you new orders. I actually never had to return an alcohol order to the restaurant or store, but I will say this: if they order a mixed drink at, let's say, Chili's or Smoky Bones or wherever, and that's included within the order, and they don't have an ID, you gotta return the mixed drink back. And you'll probably be paid for the return trip too. I just don't think it's gonna be much, knowing Grubhub's track record. But you're still better off doing that to protect yourself. Are there locations in which I cannot deliver alcohol? Do not, under any circumstances, deliver alcohol to the following locations: public or private school K through 12, e.g. school, elementary, middle, or high school; college campuses, a dorm or frat house; prison, reformatory, veterans home, or state capitol grounds; locker or similar package storage service, e.g. a storage unit facility; businesses that sells alcohol, liquor store; any location where the customer is not present and you are asked to leave the alcohol unattended. The latter right there is exactly what I was talking about. You can't do contactless deliveries with alcohol. You also can't deliver to prisons, reformatories, veterans homes, or state capitol grounds. That should be obvious. Can't leave it in a locker or package storage service. That's not okay. I don't know why a business that sells alcohol will ask for a delivery from an alcohol place. That doesn't make sense. Although I have delivered from restaurants to other restaurants before, so I kind of get it. And as far as any of the schools or colleges, I mean, that should be obvious. The only other thing I have to say is that regardless of an order that is with alcohol, which normally has bigger tips, or an order that is like a burrito or whatever, a no-tip customer is still going to be a no-tip customer. And regardless of whatever you do, it's still never okay to take a no-tip customer, even if the prospect of a bigger tip can come out if you deliver it or whatever, because the reality is a no-tip customer will always be a no-tip customer. So make sure you never compromise your standards for the sake of any type of order, especially alcohol orders. Did I miss anything? Is there something else about alcohol orders that I have yet to cover in this video? Let me know in the comments. Let's make sure that everybody that needs to know anything about alcohol orders on Grubhub knows anything and everything they need to know, so that way they can make the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.